classic Metallica guitar tones. You want them, I've got them. Stick around. What is up, guys? Calvin here from State of Mercury, and yes, today we are going over the Metallica and Justice for All guitar tone. But before I get into that, I just want to give a shout out to you guys, the viewers, because it has been awesome the last few months. We just hit 16,000 subs, just under 2 million views on the channel. A few other milestones we've hit on the channel are the Justice for All Enter Sandman rework, 600,000 views. Master of Puppets on the Black Album just hit 400,000 views. Battery on the Black Album just hit 200,000 views, and Blackened on Master of Puppets just hit 100,000 views. You guys are awesome. This has been so cool. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the support and all the love you guys have shown me. So in my Discord server the other day, we were talking a little bit about how to get Metallica guitar tones, and we kind of brought it down to 3 simple answers, and it was the free way, the cheap way, and the expensive way. And the free way is with plugins. Cheap way is also with plugins, but the expensive way is to have all the gear on hand and whatever and actually make the tones. I don't have the gear, so I'm going to show you guys the free and the cheap way to get the Metallica guitar tone for Justice for All. Let's take a look. Okay, so the free method, and for this method you're going to need a few plugins first. We're going to need the TSC 808 Tube Screamer plugin. We're going to need the Ignite Emissary plugin bundle, which is the Ignite Emissary amp and the NadIR impulse response loader, which is our cabinet. Then we're going to need the Metallica Golden IR pack from this guy. I don't know how to say his name, but I will link him in the description, and all the other plugins. And then lastly, we're going to need an EQ of your choice, whatever comes stock in your DAW. I'm using Reaper. You can use whatever DAW you prefer, whatever you're recording in. So anyways, you're going to want to plug your guitar in, hit record, arm the record anyways, and then, so you're going to want to get ready. I've just got a guitar DI already recorded in there, just for the example, and we're going to start with the TSC Tube Screamer. And we're not going to touch the drive or the tone, but we're going to turn down the level down to about 9 o'clock. I find that anywhere between there and about half, about a quarter and about a half are pretty okay, depending on your guitar. So that one's straightforward, pretty easy. Next, you're going to want to load up the Ignite amps, amp sim, and then switch the channel to lead. Then we're going to want to flick the bright, the deep, and the shape switches on, and then so we've taken away a little bit, taken away a little bit of gain there, boosted some bass, taken out some mids, added some treble, taken down the presence a bit. So get a look at that, and then we're going to move on to the impulse response loader, which is our NadIR. And then, so what you're going to want to do is go to this little folder, find the Metallica classic IRs, and then find the Justice tone. I am using the right one, you can use the left, whatever. So by this point you've got something that sounds like this. Which is good. You might want to EQ a little bit. So you can do something like this. It's like a boost in about 100. We're taking out some at about 430, and then at 2500 we're taking out some and adding some in boosting some 10K. Then we're rolling off the top end in another EQ, and then we're going to be cutting out some of this low end stuff because it gets really hummy when you start adding a lot of the bass end gets like whooshy, so you want to kill some of that anyways. And then we're going to add a bit down in the subs, and then you're going to have something that sounds like that, which is pretty good, but you're going to want to quad track these. So you're going to want a left guitar track at about 75 to 80%, then a left guitar track at 100%, then a right guitar track at 100%, and a right guitar track at about 75 to 80%. And this is what you're gonna get. Sounds a lot closer when you add the other guitars into it. And you can get other tones out of the IRs, which is pretty nice, and this is another one I did. So it's pretty good, yeah. I mean, if you want to mess around with your own EQs and your own settings on the amp, because every guitar is a little bit different, every setup's a little bit different, that's whatever you prefer, whatever sounds the best to you is just go with that and trust your ear. So that's the free method, and it's not very hard. It's pretty quick. You can get that done in less than 5 minutes, and yeah, so let's move on to the cheap method. Okay, so method number 2 is, the cheaper method. It's still not exactly cheap. It's about $200, give or take. So, I mean, if you're willing to spend your money on it, it is a pretty good plugin for actually making a lot of different styles of guitar tones. But for this method, you're going to need just the TSC 808 Tube Screamer plugin again, and then Bias Amp 2 from Positive Grid. So when you come in here, you're going to want to go to the top folder here. That's where all your amps are going to be, and stock you're going to get, going to go to Metal, and you're going to get this Mark II C+. Gain about 7, bass about 6, mid about 4, treble about 6. Presence, we'll turn it down a little bit. And then the master, I'm just going to crank up. And so what we do after that is we go to the amp matching section, and here explains to you what amp match is. So what you do is, I've got a solo guitar track from the song Blackened by Metallica. I'm going to be using that. You got to make sure it's a pretty high quality file. And then we're going to go grab that right now. So it only does the first 20 seconds, but that's okay. Mine is it's only about 30 seconds. I made a clip out of the guitar track I have. So let it do its thing. It's going to analyze the file, and it's going to figure out what settings it needs to put the amp at. Okay, perfect. So next it's going to want your guitar sound. So once you've plugged your guitar in, or if you've already got some recorded and you just drop your track in here, your recorded item, I'm going to loop it, and then I'm going to, it's at a pretty good level, so I'm going to start the capture. Now it's going to capture the sound of your guitar, and then it's going to put them together, match it to the tone of the audio file we provided from Blackened. Perfect. So we match the amp, we'll call it Metallica Example 3. We will put it in my custom folder, save it. Okay, so not bad. But again, we're going to want to quad track that. So I'm going to go to this project here, and it's got all the same things in it. Just needed to show you guys on this one here. Okay, so now when you layer all the guitars together, you get a better sound. much more authentic, a lot better. Again, you can use it to match some more tones too. You can do something like this. You really get that when you stack them all. So again, that's going to be a guitar at about 75 on the left, 75 on the right, 100 on the left, 100 on the right, and then you should get the sound you're looking for. I think it's pretty spot on. Again, you can do some EQing after, like I have added a little bit of a cut here and a boost a bit up there. And you can even throw in some leads. So, I mean, there you have it. That's how I do it on here, guys. That is all for today. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And if you guys are here for the Metallica reworks, we have some more on the way, so stay tuned. Thanks, guys. See ya.